little bit better. Okay. Why? There we go. Please stand by, everyone. I'm just finishing up a little snack. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Super Game. That's right. Yeah, the timing was great. My games, which run 70 to 90 minutes normally. And from what I understand, the Super Bowl starts at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. Is that right? So should be done by then. Bear with me, I'm just finishing up the banana. My last one, so yeah, probably a grocery trip in my future tomorrow. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Kenyon. Welcome all. On a Super Bowl Sunday, what we're going to do here, no surprise to the regulars, is we're going to travel back to 1966 and continue with our Strat-O-Matic replay of that year. May the 30th we're on. This is the second game of a 3-game series and the nightcap of a doubleheader between the Boston Red Sox and the Chicago White Sox. It's a socks off. Wasn't that a Rolling Stones song? Oh no, that was Rocks Off. I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you, Bill, and welcome. Cold. It's getting colder in Spokane and will continue to get colder throughout the week. 27 now. Sunny, though. It looks very beautiful out there with the snow. Everything covered in white and the sun shining. Very nice. I don't mind that at all. It's the gloom that gets me. Day like this, I wouldn't mind winter at all if they were like this. Mookie got to go out for a little bit again. He seems to really like it. Okay, let's look at our game today. 2 righties on the mound. Jose Santiago for Boston, and for the White Sox, Jack LeMahieu's going to make his first start of the season. LeMahieu has pitched in, let's see here, 6 games out of the pen. He's 0-2 with a 5.19, just 8 2/3 inning of work. Santiago is 2-4. He's made 6 starts, completed 2 of them, an ERA of 4.28. And that's your starting pitchers for today. I tell you, these new reading glasses make all the difference, especially the computer part, the upper half of the glasses, where I'm having a much easier time reading the laptops. I don't notice that much improvement looking at the cards and the score sheet, but when I go to the bifocal part, I can definitely read your comments much easier than I could before. So with that, I've got my coffee. Let's get the lineups in there. For Boston, changing up a little bit, Petrocelli leads off at shortstop. Lenny Green will be in center in the 2 spot. Tony Conigliaro in right moves up to the 3 hole. George Scott at first base. Yastrzemski, for some reason, in the 5 spot today in left field. Dalton Jones is at second base. Joe Foy down at third. Bob Tillman will catch the nightcap, with Santiago, the pitcher, batting 9th. So here's LeMahieu. LeMahieu, as you can see on the card, much better against right-handers than he is against left-handers. It's pretty obvious, really. He gives up a lot of on base and a lot of slug to lefties. So this should be interesting. How many lefties do the Red Sox have in the lineup? 3? They only have 3 lefties in the lineup, so that bodes somewhat well for LeMahieu. Shout out to Kelly and SS. Is SS a new face in the chat? Welcome, SS. Literally, Kelly, right? What's on tap? Ben the Beer Meister. And welcome back to Ben. Yes, we were all wondering about Ben. I got a nice email from Ben yesterday. It was nice of him to reach out and let me know he was okay. And yeah, I should say that, you know, I don't even know if I want to go there or not, but I've never had any problems on my channel. Everybody gets along fine in this chat from what I've seen, but it doesn't hurt to remind everybody this is all in fun. The object of this is to have fun. I think we do a pretty good job of that here. I understand, SS. Yeah, I forget that some of us are still working. Okay, LeMahieu ready to go. Petrocelli will start it off. The White Sox won the opener, remember, in extra innings. 2-1. So here's Petrocelli at 261 now. 4 home runs, 15 RBIs. LeMahieu gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's going to be a 6-5 right-handed. Hard shot down to third, and here he comes. Oh, my goodness, Mook. Now he's got this all out of whack. Hang on a second. Hard smash to third. Buford has it, throws him out, 1 down. And hello, Echo Charlie. As you can see there, Mookie jumped onto the field right as the game started. Here's Lenny Green, the batter now, left-handed batter, just 11 for 66 so far. It's a 167 average. He does not have a home run. Green, pretty decent-looking card against righties, trying to get his season untracked as LeMahieu comes in there with a 6-6 lefty, and he walks him. Green, no threat to run. The batter will be Tony Canigliaro. He's hitting .248. 6 home runs, 23 RBIs. LeMahieu out of the stretch now. 5-5 right-handed, a fly ball to right field, and playable. Robinson is there, and Green trots back to first, 2 down. Here's George Scott, the cleanup man, 261, team leading 9 home runs and 25 runs batted in. LeMahieu gets the sign. That's going to be a 5-7 righty, and Scott bangs a base hit into center field. Open single. Petrocelli rounding. 13-15, but Agee with a -3 gun makes it 1-12. And no, they're going to hold him up at second. So Green thought about going to third, slams on the brakes, and with first and second 2 down, Carl Yastrzemski comes to bat. Yaz hitting .259, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. LeMahieu, a check of the runners. The windup and the pitch on a 3-8 is a fly ball to right field. Backing up is Robinson. He's there to make the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, a hit, 2 left for the Red Sox after half an inning of play. Boston, nothing. Chicago coming to bat. Ben grits his teeth and roots for the White Sox today. Is it that painful? So it's safe to say, I think, that you're more anti-Boston than pro-Chicago. Is there a rivalry between the Tigers and the Red Sox? See how naive I am? I don't know these things. Oh, excellent. Ben's got a couple trivia questions for us. Don't stand on ceremony, Ben. You don't have to wait for the 7th inning stretch for that. Here's the lineup for Chicago. It's Tommy Agee in center field leading off. Don Buford at third base. Tom McCraw's in left field once again. Floyd Robinson in right. Bill Skowron at first base moves up to the 5 spot. J.C. Martin will do the catching. Lee Elia, the hero of the first game, at shortstop. Wayne Causey at second. And LeMahieu, the pitcher, hitting ninth. And here's Santiago now. And here we go. Santiago ready to go to work. Tommy Agee steps to the plate. Agee at 223, 1 home run, 14 RBIs. Santiago with the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-7 right-handed. A double to 4 on a 9. That's going to hang up in center field for Green, who runs it down for the out. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, the Boston-New York rivalry. That one I do know about. The Tigers and White Sox have a rivalry. Is that so? I did not know that. Well, you learn something here every day. I mean, honestly, it seems to me that the White Sox have been pretty bad my whole baseball life. I think they were good for a while when they had the big hurt, perhaps. Before that, the last time they were good, I was either not born yet or too young to be following it. Anyway, back to the game. Here's Buford, 1 down. Buford at 245, 3 homers, 22 RBIs. That leads the ball club. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Santiago with the windup. The pitch is a 3-4 righty. It's a fly ball into left field and playable. And Yastrzemski makes it look easy, and there's 2 down. And here comes Mookie again. You've been good all day, and now you're going to start in? ...2004. Yeah, that sounds about right. 2 down. Here's Tommy McCraw. Trying to find him. Oh my goodness, 12 for 86. That's a 140 average. Does not have a home run. Just 5 RBIs. Santiago, the windup on the pitch, is a 6'11 lefty. It's a single to right field. 6'11 home run in. However, McCraw a weak, and he'll settle for the long single on that one. Hell, he'll take a hit any way he can get it at this way he's going. One of those rare players who gets a lead on any roll. So let's check the battery now. He's a star 15 with a 2 through 12 good lead. Santiago a +1. Tillman with that terrible +3 arm. That's a +4 battery. 19 held at 17. Automatic lead. Unless he throws the 1, of course. He's got it. 1 to 17. Here he goes. The throw down from Tillman. He's barely in there under the tag, but he does get the stolen base. His 2nd of the season. That puts him in scoring position for Robinson, and here's the next pitch. That's a 4-5 left-hander, a grounder to shortstop X. Petrocelli's there. 2E38, here's the play. On E5, he makes the play and throws him out. Side retired. 6-3X. No runs, a hit, one left, and we are scoreless after an inning here on a Sunday. How's everybody's weekend going? Went to my mom's yesterday. Took me about a half hour to defrost the front window. Well, maybe not quite that long, but you get the picture. And now we have a trivia question presented by Bill Ivamy. In the 1970 All-Star Game, Pete Rose runs through Fosse's block of the plate. What non-Hall of Famer made the throw from the outfield? I do not know. If I had to throw out a wild guess, I would say Vada Pinson, but I really don't know. I'm not even sure why I say that, but I'll throw it out there anyway. And there's Franklin, right on cue. I don't really hate New York teams. I'm just not a fan. I guess mark me ambivalent, I suppose. The best way I could put it. And hi, Larry. We did not get any more. There's a clue from Bill, a former Met. So an American League outfielder, 1970. I remember the game. Anybody watching baseball at that time, you cannot forget the Rose-Fosse collision. That, I think Larry just got it. Yep, former Met. Hang on a second, I gotta clean off these glasses a little bit. Really fighting it today. Did a double shot of Sustain too, eye drops. Okay, here's Dalton Jones now to lead off the second. Jones at 282, 1 homer, 3 RBIs, left-handed hitter. Pitch for LeMahieu is a 410 left-handed, and he walks him. So the 3 left-handers in the lineup have all gotten on against LeMahieu. And here's Joe Foy, the right-handed hitting third baseman, leading the club in hitting at 298. 7 home runs, 15 RBIs. LeMahieu working from the stretch now. Comes in there with a 210 righty, grounds it right back to LeMahieu. He snares it, turns, fires down to Kazi for 1, back to Skowron, not in time. That'll be a 1-4 force. Jones is erased, Foy to first. White Sox battery, LeMahieu with a 0 hold. Martin a 0 arm. And here's Bob Tillman. Tillman, 20 for 73, it's a 274 average, 1 homer, 12 RBIs. Pretty good hitting catcher, just can't throw. Plus 3 arm. Here's the pitch to LeMahieu. It's a 2-9 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to left. Backing up is McCraw. He's on the track and makes the catch for out number 2. So on a 2-9 homer to 2, Tillman rolls the 6. And there's 2 down. And here's the pitcher, Santiago, a right-handed hitter. 3W. The pitch on a 6-10 righty, grounder down to third base. It's Buford over to Skowron, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. And we're still scoreless. I'd totally forgotten about Otis as a Met until you said that, and I knew you were going to be right. I was pretty sure anyway. Well, someone pointed out once, and I'd have to watch the clip again, that Fosse was actually trying to block the plate before he had the ball. Really not a great idea. Plus, by 1970, everybody knew Pete Rose's playing style. I mean, don't you think? Good grief. The modern day Ty Cobb, basically, right? Bottom of the second, it's going to be Skowron, Martin, and Elia. Skowron hitting just .212. 2 homers, 5 RBIs for the Moose. Here's Santiago's pitch. It's going to be a 1-6 right-hander, and he promptly bangs a single into center field to get things going here in the bottom of the second. Plus 4 battery once again, 17. They're not going to hold him. 5-12, is it worth it? Probably not. Martin's going to hit away. J.C. Martin, the left-handed hitting catcher. I'm trying to find his stats here now. He's 12 for 40. That's a 300 average. 5 of those hits for extra bases. 3 doubles, a triple, and 1 home run. Just 1 RBI for the left-handed hitting catcher. Santiago out of the stretch. It's a 4-8 lefty. Grounder down to first. Scott to his right. Picks it. Down to Petrocelli for 1. Back to Scott. Not in time. That'll be a 3-6 for us. Skowron is erased. Martin to first. Like most catchers, no threat to run. And here's the man of the hour, Lee Elia. After Friday's game, I had to go watch the Elia rant again. Oh yeah, I'm sure we're all familiar with it. If not, check it out. It's on YouTube. Audio only, by the way. So Elia, with his big game, he's now 4 for 13 on the season. He has his average up to 308 with an RBI. And oh, hang on. I didn't even see Jimmy Jam come in. Let me back this up a little bit. Oh, Jimmy added, and welcome, by the way, Jimmy. I didn't see you there, buddy. How's your day going? Jimmy said who hit the single that scored Rose in that All-Star game, so we can complete the play here. If anybody can... Exactly, man. If anybody can pick that one off, we'll have the whole play. We've got Rose, Fosse, Amos Otis, one of my favorite players of that era, by the way. Otis had some years that were Hall of Fame-ish, but he didn't sustain it long enough to be considered, which is kind of a shame. Great all-around player. He did everything well. Five-tool guy. Here's the pitch to Elia. That's a 5-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Elia reverting back to subhuman form again. Remember, he only hit 205 that year in real life. And here's Wayne Causey now. Causey split teams this year, so I'm going to have to look up his overall numbers, which are 195, no home runs, but 10 RBIs for Wayne. Left-handed hitting second baseman. From the stretch, it's a 2-9, grounder down to first. Scott picks it. He'll take it to the bag himself. And the side is retired. No runs a hit, 1 left on. 2 innings in the book. We are scoreless. And exactly, Bill. Yeah, there was a lot of pride involved in winning the game back then. In more recent times, truly an exhibition. I don't even think I've watched it the last few years. It's been a while since I've seen an all-star game. And a shout out to Texas Huntsman, who's joined us as well. And there's Robert Falzone. Pretty much the gang's all here, more or less. We go to the third inning, top of the order for the Red Sox. Petrocelli will start it off. He's 0 for 1. LeMahieu gets the sign from Martin. Here's the pitch. That's a 4-8 right-handed base hit into left field. Sharply stroked single by Petrocelli. He rounds and holds at first. Leadoff man aboard here in the third. And here's Lenny Green once again. Green walked his first time up. LeMahieu, look over at first, now working from the stretch. Comes in there with a 2-7, and that's going to be banged into right field for a one-star single. Petrocelli will stop at second, and the first two Boston batters reach here in the third. These teams now ostensibly tied, so this game is the battle for 8th place. 8th and 9th place. And here's Tony C. He's 0 for 1. We're getting there, Texas. Getting close, isn't it? Runners take their lead. LeMahieu, the windup and the pitch is a 2-9 right-handed. It's a grounder to short. This could be 2. Elia shovels to Kazi for 1. On to Skowron, double play. 6-4-3, Petrocelli to third. 2 down, runner at third. George Scott trying to pick him up. Scott singled his first time up. That's going to be a 110, and he hits him. Oh, my. LeMahieu seems to be battling himself here in the third. 2 walks and a hit by a pitch now in the game for Jack. And the batter will be Yastrzemski. LeMahieu getting the sign. The pitch to Yaz on a 3-12. He loses him. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. A 2-out walk to Yastrzemski. And here comes Dalton Jones. Jones walked his first time up. That's 3 walks now issued by LeMahieu. Out to the mound, J.C. Martin. Trying to settle him down a little bit. I know we've got a couple of, there's Bill. Yeah, I was going to say we've got a couple of Orioles and a couple of Tigers here. Here's Dalton Jones, bases loaded, 2 down. LeMahieu stirring in, full windup. Pitch to Dalton on a 1-12. Base hit into right field. Let's just score at least 1. Here comes Petrocelli. Green rounding. 13, 15. Robinson with a +1 arm. 16. Jones a 15. Throw coming to the plate. 1-16. He's out at the plate. Oh my goodness, the relay. Robinson to Kazi to Martin cuts him down. They get 1, and that's it. RBI for Jones. Side retired. A run on 3 hits. Red Sox take a 1-0 lead. Could have been 2. 1-16 to the plate. But a beautiful relay from Floyd Robinson to Kazi to J.C. Martin. And they were able to gun down Lenny Green at the plate. LeMay will start off the bottom of the third. He's a 1 righty, weak. Santiago's pitch is a 3-3, pops him up. Petrocelli will take it. And there's 1 down. Here's Agee, flew to center his first time up. Santiago into the windup. 6-6 right-handed. Did he go around, check with the first base up? He says he did not. That's going to be a walk to Tommy Agee. The first walk issued by Santiago. Santiago looking noticeably upset with Hank Soar. Agee with blazing speed, +4 battery, he's a 20. Held at 18, that's too good to pass up. And look at the chances for the lead, 2 through 6, 11 and 12. Agee trying for the lead. On a 7, he does not get it. I wonder what he would be on the back number. 15 +5 -4, 16. He's 16 on the back number. The pitch to Buford. There goes Agee, 1 to 16. He's stolen on a possible overthrow. Let's check Tillman now. Tillman overthrows 1 to 5. And he throws it into center field. That'll be a stolen base and an error on Tillman. Agee winds up on third. So Agee making things happen. And you got to figure the White Sox, who like to run anyway, are going to take every liberty they can against Tillman today. Early in the game, I'm going to roll it for inner back. They will be in. Boston brings the infield in. Here's Buford. Santiago's pitch to the left-hander is a 3-4 fly ball to left field. B question mark. Yastrzemski makes the catch. Agee can tag. 17-19 -3, 16. He's tagging. The throw to the plate. He scores. Sack fly Buford, and we're all tied up. So Agee manufacturing a run with his legs. And here's Tom McCraw. The pitch to McCraw is a 5-7 lefty, double to 4. On a 16, he'll settle for the long single, and Tommy McCraw's 2 for 2. 19 held at 17. And he's going to try for the lead. 2 through 12, he's got it. 1 to 17, the throw down from Tillman. He's stolen it. Second steal for McCraw in the ball game. And here's the next pitch to Robinson. 6-9 left-handed is a high fly ball to right field. That's in the corner. Bouncing away from Canigliaro. They're waving McCraw in. Robinson around second and heads for third. He's in there with an RBI triple. We'll take another look at it here. 6-9 lefty. Homer to 13. He missed it, but still got the triple on a 16, and the White Sox take a 2-1 lead. Let's check the endurance now. Santiago is 6. LeMay, of course, just a 5. His first start of the year coming out of the bullpen in the second game of the doubleheader. I remember John Means. Wasn't he injured last year? He had an excellent year the first year he came up. Batter will be Skowron. Runner at third, 2 down. Bill singled his first time up. Santiago gets the sign from Tillman now. Here's the pitch on a 1-5. Single into right field. That's going to plate another one, and it's 3-1 Chicago. Robinson comes in to score on the RBI single by Moose Skowron. Not held at 17, but he's not an asterisk. And the batter will be J.C. Martin. Here's the pitch. 4-10 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. That retires the side. The Red Sox with 3 runs on 3 hits, and they leave 1. Sorry, the Red Sox. The White Sox with 3 runs, 3 hits, I should say. And after 3 innings of play, they lead at 3-1. Seems like the White Sox have been playing better of late, doesn't it? Let me look at the last 10 now for them. Well, not that great. They've won 4 of their last 10, but they are on a 3-game winning streak, so yes. Boston on a 2-game losing streak. I think it coincided with moving Buford from second to third, Ben, if I'm not mistaken. So LeMay working with a lead now as we go to the 4th. And the Red Sox will send up the bottom third of their order. Foy, Tillman, and Santiago. Foy 0 for 1. LeMay into the windup. That's a 2-6 right-handed. He walks him. 4th walk issued by LeMay. That's going to get him stirring in the Chicago pen as Bruce Howard begins to toss. Both teams used a lot of relievers in the first game of this doubleheader. Here's Bob Tillman, the hitter. It's Eddie Stanky, Franklin. Franklin asks who is the White Sox manager. Exactly, Texas. I'm not sure how long they'll stick with LeMay, who, with 4 walks and a hit batter, really seems to be fighting himself today. Here's the pitch to Tillman from the stretch. It's a 4-7 righty, single to 2, and he rolls the 1. Knocked down at first by Skowron. He has no play. And the tying runs are aboard with nobody out. Bunt situation for Santiago. Let's check his rating. He's a B bunter. White Sox pull the infield in, making him a C. He squares to bunt on a C. 5C, and that's good enough to advance the runners. Bunts it to the pitcher, fields it, and throws to first. So tying runs in scoring position, 1 away. And back to the top of the order, Enrico Petrocelli. Rico 1 for 2 today. I'm rolling for inner back. Infield will be in. LeMay's pitch to Rico. 1-4 righty, fly ball to right field, B question mark. Robinson makes the catch. Foy could tag. 11-13. Robinson a +1 arm. 14. He will hold up. I can hear the groans, but trailing by 2, we're not going to make the second out of the inning at the plate. It'll be up to Lenny Green, who's walked and singled so far. LeMay's pitch on a 5-7. He rips it over the first base bag and into the corner. That's going to drive in 2. Foy coming in. Tillman rounding. He will score on a double by Lenny Green, and we're all tied up. So Lenny Green with a clutch 2-out double. RBIs 7 and 8 on the season for Lenny. It's I have to say it. It's a good example why you don't make the second out at the plate. And the thinking there is, okay, if there's one out, oh, that wasn't true there. Never mind. Oh, I totally screwed that up. I beg your pardon. The fly ball to right was the second out. So normally, yes, I would have sent him there. I lost track of the outs, and Boston gets the benefit of my error as Green doubles in a pair. I would have sent him to Texas if I'd have been aware that was the second out. So that's on me. No harm done, I guess. And here's Tony Conigliaro, runner at second, 2 away. LeMahieu's pitch is a 2-2 Lomax, liner into the glove of Buford, and that'll do it. But the Sox tie it up, 2 runs, 2 hits, they leave a man. And we got a good game going today. I don't blame you, Larry. I get a lot of fire, the third base coach. Largely because I tend to be pretty conservative on the bases for the most part. But in that situation with 2 outs, hell, I'd have sent him 1 through 8 with 2 outs. I was thinking that was the second out, but the catch, of course, was the first out, but the catch was the second out. And I would not send him 1 to 14 with 1 out unless he was the tying or go-ahead run. Then I probably would. It worked out for Boston. I understand, Texas. I just don't like making outs on the bases. And Ben with a different slant on it. Bottom of the 4th in a tie ball game. Bottom third of the order for the Sox. It'll be Elia, Causey, and LeMahieu. Elia struck out his first time. Santiago into the windup. The pitch is a 5-7 right-handed. That's going to be a double to 4. And would you look at that? Lee Elia living large these days. It's in there for a 2-base hit. Perhaps it's Lee Elia who should be going to the casino, Ben. And welcome to Jeremiah. Yes, sir, the Elia streak continues. And here's Wayne Causey. Causey 0 for 1. Santiago gets the sign. That's going to be a 6-7 left-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. That's Dalton Jones, a 4E34. Hold your breath on this one. That's going to be that's not flat. Okay, those will stand. Reroll on the 20 is a 15, and he makes the play and throws him out at first as the runner takes third. So 4-3X, Dalton makes the play. To third goes Elia. And with the pitcher up, the Red Sox will definitely be bringing the infield in here. LeMahieu, a B bunter. With the infield in, a C. He squares to bunt. It's the squeeze. On an 11. Batter misses pitch. Runner on third attempts to steal home. Well, now we're going to see how lucky Elia is. He has to roll for the lead. 3 through 6, he does not get the lead, so he's a 1 to steal home. And he's hung out to dry. The caught stealing of home. That's our first of the season. Two out, nobody on. LeMabe's still up there. The pitch on a 2-3, foul ball back of the plate. Tillman throws the mask away and grabs it to retire the side. So an exciting inning. Leadoff double by Elia, took third on the ground ball, but on a busted squeeze, he was hung out to dry at the plate. You know, Ben, I was looking at the squeeze chart, and I'm thinking with a one-hitting pitcher, that's about their best shot there. So I'll stand by that one. Point taken. Tie game as we move to the 5th inning. Hang on just a second. Okay, I'm back. It's going to be Scott, Yastrzemski, and Jones for the Red Sox. LeMabe in his first inning of potential fatigue. Howard ready in the pen. And he's joined there by the lefty Gary Peters. LeMabe into the windup. The pitch to Scott is a 4-7 right-handed, a single to 2. It's a 19 grounder to first base. Skowron flipped to LeMabe, and Scott is retired. Here's Yaz now, 0 for 1 with a walk. LeMabe with the windup and the pitch on a 1-11. It's a high fly ball to right field. Backing up is Robinson on the track at the wall, makes the catch. Homer to 10. He rolled the 18. It's the loud out for Yastrzemski. Boy, he gave it a ride. Just did stay in the park. And with 2 out, Dalton Jones will be the hitter. Jones singled and walked so far. LeMabe with the pitch. 2-5 righty, single to 10. He's got that one just past Skowron and into right for a 2-out single. For Dalton Jones, his second hit of the afternoon. And that'll bring up Foy. Foy, the home run, second on the team in home runs with 7. 0 for 1 with a walk. LeMabe gets the sign from the stretch. Pitch to Foy is a 2-6, and he loses him ball 4. LeMabe on borrowed time here. In fact, he might be out of the game right now, except for the fact that Bob Tillman, the 8-hitter, is up. Tillman 1 for 2. I'm laughing at Texas Huntsman's comment. Hello there, Joel. Welcome. LeMabe checks the runners. Pitch to Tillman on a 1-7, a single to 2. Just misses it. That liner is speared by a diving Buford at third. And that ends the inning. Nice play, Buford. For the Red Sox, no runs, a hit, 2 left. And Don Buford, I said it Friday, I'll say it again. Buford looking a lot more comfortable at third base than he did at second base for most of the season. He was a disaster at second base. There's no other way to put it. Oh, that's interesting, Ben. I just saw Ben's comment about the bunting contest they do at the All-Star in Korea. Okay, bottom of the fifth and top of the order for the Chi Sox. It'll be A.G. leading it off. A.G. 0 for 1 with a walk. Stole second, took third on an error, and scored on a fly ball. Definition of small ball. Here's Tommy. Santiago the windup. Pitches a 4-7 right-handed single on a 1, and he gets it. How about that? Holy cow. Single A.G. A.G. needs some breaks for the season he's having so far. He's shown signs of picking it up lately, though. Held at 18, he's trying for the lead. 2 through 6, 11, and 12. He's got the lead. There he goes. Tillman's throw, 18. He's stolen it. Second steal for A.G. And here's the next pitch to Buford. On a 1-5, he walks him. So often that happens. Right after a stolen base, you get a walk. Ever notice that? Seems to happen to me a lot. White Sox threatening in the bottom of the fifth. That's going to get him stirring in the in the Boston pen. Dennis Bennett, the lefty. Dan Osinski, the righty. Tillman out to the mound. Santiago probably thinking, if you could throw anybody out, I wouldn't be in this position. Nice call by Larry. Let's take a look at that. 15 plus 4 battery, 19. 2 through 6 and 12. 4. He's got the lead to 19. There he goes. Double steal. Another first. First double steal. And we're in game 403. Almost have to feel sorry for Jose Santiago here. Doesn't really have a chance with Tillman catching. And now Boston will pull the infield in, and here's the next pitch to Tommy McCraw. 2-6, grounder to short B. They've got the lead runner. Petrocelli to Tillman to Foy, back to Tillman, and they've got him hung out to dry. 6-2, 5-2 force. Ag's out at the plate. To third goes Buford. McCraw held at 17 with a surefire lead, 2 through 12. Rolling for the lead. He's got it. And he steals second. Third steal for McCraw. And now let's add them up. That's 3. That's 6 stolen base. 7. Excuse me. 3, 4. No. Yeah, 6 stolen bases for the White Sox. With the infield in, here's the pitch to Floyd Robinson. He tripled his last time up. 2-6, fly ball to right field. That's going to be deep enough to score another run. Tony Canigliaro makes the catch. Buford tags and scores. And the White Sox retake the lead. That'll bring up Skowron. Skowron 2 for 2. Runner at second, 2 down. Pitch from Jose on a 6-5. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Way to keep him off the bases, Jose. White Sox settle for a run. It feels like they could have got a lot more out of that. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left. There was a runner thrown out at the plate. After 5 complete, it's 4-3 White Sox. LeMahieu in his second endurance inning. Sorry, Franklin, I just now saw your plea for the intentional walk. Now trailing, 3 pitting pitcher. Boy, I am on the fence on this one. They're going to send up a batter for Santiago. That's a good point, Franklin. Most of you regulars know my tendencies by now. I am not a big fan of loading the bases. If I were going to do that, it would be later in the game. Would it be a double play? McCraw's hit, huh? No, because he would be... Stole a base, you walk him. Well, there was nobody out when McCraw came up, though. Right? Single, steal, walk, double steal. Okay, let's see who's going to bat. I would have liked to have gone a little longer with Santiago just because it's a double header. But in 5 innings of work, he gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 3. You've got left, right, left. Dennis Bennett will be coming on. So Bennett throwing in the Red Sox pen. Let's see who the batter is going to be to lead off against the righty LeMahieu. They definitely want a left-handed hitter, and that's going to be Jim Gosker. Gosker 183 on the year, 1 home run. LeMahieu into the windup. 4-6 ground ball to second base. Causey has it, throws him out, 1 down. Gosker retired. And the top of the order coming up here is Petroselli. Rico 1 for 3 today. LeMabe gets the sign. 4-10 right-handed, shallow fly to center. Here comes Tommy Agee, the Gold Glover, makes it look easy. And there's 2 down. Here's Lenny Green, who has not been retired today. 2 hits and a walk. Drove in a pair with a double his last time up. LeMabe into the windup. 5-7 left-handed, and he belts one over the head of Robinson in right field. Robinson chasing it down. Green headed for second. He's in there standing with his second double of the day. So Green, in part-time player, I should say, doing his damnedest to raise his average today. He came in at 167. And here's Canigliaro now. LeMabe checks the runner. 2-9 righty is a grounder to short, fielded by Elia. Over to Skowron, side retired. No runs to hit, 1 left. And who thought that LeMabe would outlast Santiago in this game? Not me. Coming in to pitch for Boston, the lefty Dennis Bennett. Bennett 2-0 with a high 6.06 ERA so far, 16 innings of work. 11 games, all out of the bullpen. I'm checking Franklin's point now. Yes, he could have, but you know me. With the bases loaded, I would have not played the infield in. I would have played back for the double play. So they would have got the double play, but a run would have scored. It's very rarely you'll see me do infield in with the bases loaded. And a lot of these practices I just carry over from playing competitively in my keeper leagues. I don't always do that in a replay, but remember, this is my first card and dice replay. Oh, I've done them on the computer game before. I was never a replay guy. Always been a draft league guy, but now I tell you what, I see what I've been missing. Okay, bottom of the 6th. It's Martin, Elia, and Causey against the left-handed Bennett. The windup and the pitch to J.C. Martin is a 4-10 grounder to shortstop X. That's Petroselli. Rico into the hole, 2E38. Here's the play on the error range. It's a roll of a 2. We need the white die. 1 to 2 is an error, but on a 3 through 6, it's a ground ball A, and the roll is a 4. And Rico with a fine play to retire Martin. I'm with you, Ben, absolutely. Card and dice is much more fun than the Windows game. Here's Elia, 1 for 2. Bennett into the windup. He comes in there with a 6-6 righty, and he walks him. And I tell you what, is this Elia hot? Here's Causey, the second baseman. They may bat for LeMabe. There's nobody in the on-deck circle as Bennett delivers to Causey from the stretch. On a 5-3, that's going to be a ground ball to the pitcher X. 4E0 for Bennett. That could be 2. On a 6, the error range. 9 on the E0, and it sure is. Bennett with a fine play. Whirls it down to second. To Scott, double play. 1-4-3X. And that will do it for the White Sox in the 6th. A fine play by Bennett gets himself out of the jam. Yes, sir, Texas. A lot of walks in this one. And Strat-O-Matic will stay in. He'll go to his, enter his 3rd endurance inning. They're going to keep a close eye on Strat-O-Matic. His first start of the season. By far the most pitches he's thrown this year. Not that they were keeping track of that back then. Scott, Yastrzemski, and Jones will bat in the 7th. And Ben, I know, has a trivia for us at the 7th inning stretch. If anyone else would like to join in with a trivia question, I welcome it. Heck, I've got one for you. I may have to look up the answer, though. I'm not sure I remember. Well, I know who it was. I'm guessing on the year. Okay. That it was off of the X chart, SS. Yeah, they don't really show that here, do they? I just realized that. The advanced fielding chart. Ah, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to pull that out at the stretch. I won't do that right now. George Scott leads off the 7th. 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Hit by pitch. Strat-O-Matic into the windup. Pitch to Scott is a 6-5 right-handed. A hard shot down to 3rd, backhanded by Buford. Throws him out. Nice play, Buford. Here's Yaz. 0 for 2 with the walk. The windup. 5-6 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strat-O-Matic fans the left-handed Yastrzemski. With 2 out, here's Dalton Jones, another lefty. Jones has not been retired today. 2 hits and a walk. Strat-O-Macic's pitch is a 1-7. Struck him out. Jack Strat-O-Matic. A 1-2-3 7th. And that will probably be it for Strat-O-Matic. We stretch for the 7th. The White Sox leading 4-3. We will look for the cat. I'll get some coffee. I'm going to try to find my basic fielding chart here. Aha, here it is. This was I got this idea from SS. Why the X? And I had never noticed it on the advanced fielding chart. There is no X, but in the old days, we always called the fielding chart the X chart. And of course, it's on the cards, such as Bennett's 4-9 ground ball to shortstop X. The basic fielding chart has the X, but the advanced and the super advanced do not. And we've got a question. Hang on here, let's see what I've missed. Ben's trivia question. This pitcher, born in 1921, debuted at age 21, played 21 seasons, had 8 seasons of 21 wins, and wore uniform number 21. And Larry picked it right off with Spawny, the great Warren Spahn. And Bill rather, has one for me. 2 players in my 49 replay are in the 66 replay. Not necessarily in this game, right? 49, huh? Oh God, I can't even get my head around that right now, Bill. Eddie Matthews, maybe? Eddie Matthews and Hoyt Wilhelm. Hall of Famer, pinch hitter deluxe. Neither. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Oh, and Robert has a question. Early on in this replay, somebody asked me if I would circle the strikeouts on the batter's card. And since it's awfully easy to do, Smokey Burgess has got to be the other one. Well, we were going to look for Mookie, and then he came to me. A fine-looking snowcat. Let's take a better look at him. And there's no need to get up because he's right here. Yeah, he came to me. Oh, he's a character. Last night I was watching TV with a blanket over my legs. He jumped up there and got under the blanket. I said, "What's the matter? Don't you have enough fur?" Well, yeah, he's a ham, no question. Dennis Bennett in his second inning of work, and we are going to have the White Sox are going to send up a pinch hitter for LeMahieu. Close game. They got 7 innings out of the 5-inning starter. Let's be happy with that, says Eddie Stanky. He wasn't all that impressive either with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits, 3 runs, and the walks, man. 3, 4, 5 walks and a hit batter. I'm not quite sure how he escaped with 3 runs. But he did. Struck out only 2, right? The last 2 he faced. He was just getting warmed up. Let's see who's going to be coming up for Boston. Wilhelm throwing. And the batter will be Ken Berry. Berry pinch hit in this game in real life. I've had comments on the Mookie Snow video from people that I don't think are even baseball fans. Names that I don't recognize that aren't connected to any of my games. Here's Barry. He's hitting .333, 16 for 48. Bennett into the windup. That's going to be a 3-8 lefty ground ball to shortstop. Petrocelli has it, throws him out, 1 down. Here's Agee now, 1 for 2 with a walk. Agee with 3 steals today. Yeah, it is 7, because he stole 2 here. I'm going to need to highlight that or I'll miss it when I enter the game. Mookie, come on, Betty. One away, here's Agee. Bennett with a windup. 3-5 lefty, he bangs a base hit into center field. And Agee aboard again. Bennett +1. Tillman again with that terrible +3 arm. Held at 18, he's trying for the lead. 2 through 6, 11, 12, he's got the lead. 1 to 18, Tillman's throw down, he's stolen it. That's 4 stolen bases for Agee, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the first 4-steal game of the year. So Agee definitely taking advantage of a good combination for him to steal on. Of course, to do so, you got to get on base, and he's certainly done that 3 times today. Well, thank you, Bill. That's quite a compliment. Either that or you're just hungry. Here's Buford. Switch hitter, turn around and bat righty against Bennett. And here's the pitch. That's a 4-6 righty, grounded to third base, fielded by Foy. Looks the runner back and throws him out. 2 down. And here's McCraw now, the lefty, 2 for 3 today. Bennett, the lefty, winds and deals. That's a 5-6 base hit into center field for Tommy McCraw. Agee 17, 19, green +2, and most it can be is 19. McCraw a 15 runner, they're going to cut it off. Agee scores easily. And they'll cut the throw off and hold McCraw to first. Not that he's going to stay there. 15, 19, held at 17. 2 through 12, he's got the lead. The throw down from Tillman, he's stolen it. So the White Sox just running rampantly on Tillman today. They've stolen 9 bases. They came into the game with 26 as a team. They've been caught 8 times. With the 9 today, that's up to 35. I think it has to be, Ben. Bennett's next pitch to Robinson. 4-9 lefty, grounder to shortstop X. Petrocelli again. 2E38. Whoops, here's the play. On a 14, he's got it and throws him out to retire the side. Nice play, Rico. But the Sox get an insurance run on 2 hits and leave a man, and after 7 complete. And we're going to have a double switch. Barry will stay in the game in left. And we'll put the pitcher in McCraw's spot. Barry a 1E3 +1 in left. Let's take a look at the rest of the White Sox defense before we go to the 8th. Good enough. And coming in to pitch for Chicago, Hoyt Wilhelm. Wilhelm worked the first game of the doubleheader, but he's a knuckleballer, so what else is new? That's my Achilles heel, Texas. I often forget to do the double switch. A lot of times Mike C. and others will catch me on that. It's a community effort. Okay, here we go to the 8th. 5-3 White Sox. Joe Foy will lead it off. He's 0 for 1, walked twice. Wilhelm flutters the knuckler up there, 4-6, and he walks him. Foy has walked 3 times today. And here's Noodle Arm Tillman, 1 for 3. Wilhelm comes in there with the knuckler, 2-6, grounder back to Wilhelm. He turns and fires down to Causey for 1, back to first, not in time. That's going to be a 1-4 force. Foy erased. And now the Red Sox will send up a pinch hitter for Bennett. So Bennett went 2 innings today, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Dan Osinski continues to warm in the Boston pen. Looking for a left-handed hitter, but they do not have one, so they'll go with George Thomas. Three right-handed hitters on the bench for Boston. Not counting the catcher Ryan, who's also a right-handed hitter. Okay, it's Thomas at the plate. Thomas hitting .228 on the year with a pair of home runs. Wilhelm comes in there, floats one up there, 2-8, struck him out. Thomas shaking his head as if to say, that just isn't fair. And the batter is Petrocelli. Rico 1 for 4. Wilhelm gets the sign. Delivers 1-6, struck him out. 2 strikeouts for Hoyt. 1 left on for Boston. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. I want to thank everybody for watching here on a Super Bowl Sunday. Kind of glad I didn't, well, I'm lucky actually that I didn't run my game alongside the Super Bowl. It's funny, I never even look at these things. I just run my game at the same time every day. With a few exceptions, of course. Ryan was a good defensive catcher. Heck, if he'd have been catching, we probably wouldn't have this stolen base record today. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 steals for the White Sox. Osinski on to pitch for Boston. He's a right-hander. It'll be Skowron, Martin, and Elia. Skowron 2 for 3 today as Osinski comes set. Here's the windup now. The pitch, a 2-8 right-handed, and Skowron promptly bangs a base hit into center for his 3rd hit of the afternoon. So the Moose is hot. No threat to run. Here's J.C. Martin now. Martin 0 for 3. Osinski out of the stretch. .311, and he bangs a base hit into right field. Open, but Skowron very slow will hold up at second. Skowron a 1 through 8 runner. And the first 2 White Sox reach here in the bottom of the 8th. The batter will be Elia, 1 for 2 with a walk. Let's see if Elia can remain hot as Osinski gets his sign. The windup. Pitch to Lee on a 4-5, fly to left, playable for Yastrzemski, and he makes the catch. So Elia retired, 1 down, and here's Kazi. Kazi 0 for 3. Osinski's pitch is a 3-9, grounder to second. It's Jones to Petrocelli to Scott, double play. 4-6-3, side retired. And since Kazi made the last out, Chicago's going to send in Al Weiss to play second. Weiss came into this game in real life. A fine 2E12 at second. And Wilhelm will come out for his 2nd inning. Eddie Fisher usually gets the lion's share of the saves for the White Sox, but remember he worked 2 innings in the opener of the doubleheader. So they're going to stick with the knuckleballer here. Yeah, there is, Franklin. They're a 5 with the highest possible E range. Of course, what is the highest possible E range? That's up for debate. No, I guess it isn't. Not on the advanced chart. For instance, on the advanced chart, first base goes up to E25. Now, it goes higher than that on the super advanced. But the way we've always played it is a first baseman, for instance, out of position, player not carded at first base, would be a 5E25. How do you play it, Ben? Do you go to the max on the super advanced fielding? Or do you say that 5E25 is the worst you can be at first? Yeah, I've seen some computer games where you have like a 5E88 at shortstop. Boy, that's a killer. Yeah, and it's the worst arm at catcher too, Franklin. It's a +5 arm, I think. License to steal. Okay, 5-3, we go to the ninth. And pass ball 20, overthrow 20. Yep, yeah, it's awful. Oh my God, it's like the worst thing you want to have. And sometimes in the online game, because you're not playing the games, Hal will do it for you. He'll sometimes do a double switch. Already used your other catcher. And he'll stick somebody behind the plate who has no business being there. And all you can do is watch it and grit your teeth. Here's Lenny now. Lenny having a day. 3 hits, a walk, pair of doubles. Hoyt Wilhelm ready to go now. Here's the pitch on a 4-4 lefty catcher's card. That's J.C. Martin. Martin, a fine catcher, 2E7. The play on a 6 is a pop out to the catcher. 1 away. Tony Conigliaro to bat, George Scott to follow. Wilhelm trying to nail this one down. Comes in there with a 1-9, fly ball to left and playable. There's Ken Berry making the catch. Once again, he put a player in for defense and the ball finds him. And the Red Sox are down to their final out. Wilhelm, knuckleball, 5-7, grounder to short. That's going to do it. Elia to Skowron, and that's the game. So the White Sox win at 5-3. They sweep the doubleheader from the Red Sox. 1 game left to go in this series. Thank you, Kenyon. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Bill. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll have the totals for you here in a moment, of course. Wilhelm gets the save. 2-inning save for Hoyt the Knuckler. That is his 3rd save of the season. He allowed no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. LeMay picks up the win in his first start of the season. He's 1-2. Santiago takes the loss. He is 2-5. Thank you, Franklin. Thank you, SS. That's insane, Robert. I was reading your comment about the out of position thing. Smash that like button. Oh yeah, I forgot my shameless plug too. Looking at my stats now, 39% of my views are from non-subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, by all means, hit that subscribe button. Help me out. Osinski worked an inning. He gave up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Player of the game, anybody? I'm leaning Agee. 2 hits, a walk, 4 stolen bases. Now it looks like we got a couple guys in agreement with that. Yes, running took the day with a record for one team, 9 stolen bases, and a single player record of 4 for Agee. So Tommy Agee's your player of the game. Attaboy to Lenny Green with a 3-hit day. Moose Skowron had a 3-hit day. Tommy McCraw had a 3-hit day. I can see it, Ben. I can totally see it. Lee Elia goes on a rant about the missed bunt where he was hung out to dry here back in the 4th. The totals for the White Sox, they had 5 runs on 11 hits, no errors. Boston, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. That is funny. Come on, LeMahieu. All you had to do was get the damn bat on the GD ball. Effing shit. Let's take a look ahead on the schedule, see what we have for a Monday. It's going to be the San Francisco Giants at the Cincinnati Reds, Ray Sadecki, and Milt Pappas on the mound. So join me for that one. 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. In the meantime, enjoy the Super Bowl if you're watching. If not, enjoy the rest of your weekend anyway. And thanks for the chat today, especially, guys. What a great, lively chat today. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to grab something to eat and relax. Take care, everybody.